right, let's get into all of my travel type of sprays. I decided to pick out only the sprays that are actually from brands and branded in that way. I also have a few like deluxe size samples that aren't quite just regular vial samples. I like these little branded ones. I don't know. I just thought it'd be fun to do this kind of collection and declutter that way. I do have a lot more decants in terms of like little samples, as well as like Scentbird decants, royalty scent decants, those types of things as well. But obviously those will be for another time. So let's just get into it. I think I'm gonna get them out, or maybe I'll just put it to the side and I'll zoom us in or something. But I don't know if I'm just gonna show you what I have. I don't know what I'm actually gonna declutter. It might just be kind of a collection. I just thought it'd be kind of relaxing and fun to go through. So I hope you guys enjoy. I hope the focus will be good, but I'm gonna start off with Atelier Cologne Pacific Lime. This is actually one I have in the full size. And I thought about decluttering this, but recently I've realized how nice it is to have travel sizes of your favorite perfumes, or perfumes you actually really do use, so that way you can bring them with you on trips, especially if you are not checking a bag. It's nice to have a small vial with you, have it in your purse, that type of thing. So I actually think I'm going to keep this. You can also buy like little atomizers, which I have a few coming, so I'll see if that will work, but that can be nice too. So if I have like a nice affordable option on that, I'll update you guys. But I'm gonna keep Pacific Lime. This is a really juicy, fruity coconut lime, mint, eucalyptus, little aromatic, but it definitely is still very juicy and I feel like lime forward. I have these three from Vilhelm, and I got sent these from Twisted Lily, which was so amazing. These are just so decadent, so beautiful. So I'm gonna be keeping all of them, but we have Mango Skin here. This is a beautiful juicy mango, but it has some depth in there. There's some patchouli, has a little bit of sweetness, and I find the dry down to be a little powdery, but a perfect one that's a little bit sexy yet fruity for summer. So I'm definitely keeping this. This is another one I have a full size of, but like I said, especially with Mango Skin, I feel like this is such a good one to wear on vacation, or wear on a summer night. So I want to keep that one with me. The other two I don't have in full sizes, but I really love. Dear Polly is like a tea scent. So it has, I think, black tea. I want to say there's vetiver in here, some citrus. To me, it smells like having a black tea with a slice of lemon and a little bit of honey in it, like a little bit of warmth, from the honey, a little bit of sweetness from the honey. So I really love that one. And then last here, this one's Morning Chess. And I feel like there's a fairly good dent going. It's like halfway done. It's kind of hard to show you on camera. This is one my husband really likes. It reminds me of Aventus. It definitely gives those kind of vibes for sure. It's a little bit spicy, but still kind of fresh, very sexy to me anyway. So I really love that one. In Morning Chest for sure, at some point I could see getting a bottle for my husband. I hope the focus is okay. I'm trying something out, so fingers crossed this isn't all for nothing. This next one though is from Maison Louis Marie. This is number 13, Nouvelle Vague. I don't think it's Vogue, I think it's Vague. Anyway, this is a fig scent. So it has fig, coconut, amber. Those are like the main notes in it. And I actually find this quite fresh. Like, I feel like those notes together would make me immediately think this is going to be a little bit more, I guess, warm and maybe a little cozy, maybe something like that. But I actually find this to be quite fresh, even a little bit green. There's florals in here. It's a little bit musky. I feel like it's a great one for spring and summer. And the fig's definitely in there. I don't get a ton of the coconut, and it reminds me in a lot of ways of Philossicos. Like, it's in that vein. So I do like this overall, but I am glad I just have the travel or the trial version of it. I would say overall, like, as we're looking at all of these travel sprays that I have in smaller sizes, I would say a lot of these I actually got through random means, in that I didn't buy most of them just by themselves from the retailer or from Sephora or whatever. I love to get a deal, so a lot of these I did get on some type of deal or something like that. So I'll try to note as I go through where I got stuff, just so in case you're kind of wanting those deals as well, you could check them out. This next one here is from Memoir Archive, and this is number 8, Work From Home. This is such an interesting one because it's sweet. It has like caramel in here. It's kind of cozy in that way. There's some biscotti. I want to say there's cappuccino, but then it also has this freshness, like this clean linen note as well. And so all together, there's something about it that's kind of cozy yet kind of fresh still. And then then I described this in a recent video that it kind of smells like Carmex, like something about it, maybe a vanilla Carmex, but I get that from it for sure. It's kind of powdery, but then kind of sweet. I kind of like it. I kind of am like, what the hell's going on? So very interesting. Glad to have a little sample of it. I mean, I love having my perfume collection quite vast, and I specifically love samples and travel sizes to be able to have a lot more scents at my fingertips and at my disposal to smell and just kind of enjoy in that way. I love when I'm watching a video and someone else will mention a perfume and I can go track down a vial in my collection, which if you want to see how I store samples, let me know, because I do like overall my storage. I don't like where it's at, but I guess the system of organizing overall is pretty good to me anyway. And I know it's extensive. It's like a library. It really is like a library. But you have to keep it organized or you never will ever use any of it otherwise. Anyway, next, this one is from by Rosie Jane, and I got this one through Ipsy and BoxyCharm are together now, but they do different sales, and I do subscribe to BoxyCharm, so I always check for different vials and different perfumes that they have, just different beauty deals in general, and I was able to get this on there. I think this was like maybe $12, something like that. Same with the Memoir archives. That's where I got that one. And I feel like a lot of these came from there. Anyway, Dulce, this one was really exciting because it's more of a vanilla. I actually recently just got this one, so I still have the box and everything, but it says the main notes, vanilla, hinoki wood, and nude musk. So I was really excited because by Rosie Jane does a lot more of those like lighter, muskier scents and doesn't tend to go into that sweet territory. Unfortunately, I don't know if this is why it was on Ipsy or if I just got a bad bottle, but it really doesn't. Oh my gosh, is it spraying now? Okay, now it's spraying. Oh my gosh, it's a miracle. It wasn't spraying initially, but it does have quite a bit of sweetness. It almost is like a sweet vanilla extract with a little bit of something almost alcoholic. Like I get a lot of the alcohol from this, but I'm definitely excited to try this one out. And again, I don't know, I'm just like into a travel size right now. It's so weird because I love a bottle, but I'm into it. Okay, I have some old ones, you guys. Let me pull out all my replicas because I do have quite a few. I feel like these have just come by way of like the different Sephora sets sometimes. Sometimes they're gift with purchase. Like I don't understand how I have all these, but I do. This is definitely my oldest one, the Beach Walk one. This is a rollerball actually, so you know it's old because they are just sprays now. But I like having these even though I would not want the full bottle of most of these. Well, it depends. I have like a lot of different versions of a lot of different scenarios in my head. Like, do I want a full like library cool collection? I could see myself at some point having that if I had the space and the money. Fuck yeah, I would do that. But for my current situation and even just my current mindset, I'm totally fine just having like a rollerball or even just a sample size. Anyway, this is Beach Walk, which is like that kind of airy white floral kind of coconut beachy scent. It's a very clean version of that, very heavy on the florals, kind of musky, and again, kind of blows in the breeze. I can see why people like this, but not really one for me, and definitely not one that I like on my own skin to keep smelling for sure. But I have it in a rollerball. Then we have Bubble Bath, and I really want to like this more than I do because there is this coconut note mixed with these kind of soapy, fresh notes that are in here, but unfortunately, this just gets so soapy on me. That opening is so fun, and I like that, but it does not stay, and the creaminess that's in there gets wrung out and completely just freshens up in a way that I really find cloying on me. So unfortunately, this is not a full bottle one for me. Then this one is When the Rain Stops. I actually did just purchase this one flat out when it first came out because I was so excited. I had really loved Autumn Vibes when it had come out, so I was excited to try the next new one. And this is just like a men's cologne to me. Like it's just like men's deodorant. I don't get anything that special personally from it. I find it just kind of boring. I mean, in the dry down, I like it a little bit more, but yeah, again, not full bottle worthy. So I was glad I just got that and not the full bottle. And then last year, I really want to love Coffee Break because everyone loves this one so much. It's like lavender and coffee. I want to say there might even be some vanilla, but I just don't get any of like the gourmand notes. Again, it kind of just turns a little powdery on me, and It's not one of my favorites, unfortunately. So again, I just keep them in the travel size. I like those more substantial sizes as well, just so I could, you know, sample for other people, all of that. And I feel like the perfume kind of stays better longer. I have a few Ellis Brooklyn here as well. This one is Super Amber, which I am so sad. I really wanted to get a full bottle of this because it smells so good. It's that musky amber type of scent, skin scent, but unfortunately on my skin, this smells like spit. This smells nasty. This smells like your grandma's breath. She hasn't brushed her teeth in a while. It is not good on my skin, but it is a beautiful scent if it works for you. Definitely a good one to check out if you like those kind of skin scents. Fingers crossed for you that it works out. I have ISO Gamma Super, which is like basically just ISO Super overall in a perfume. I love ISO Super, so I have this. I've thought about getting the full size, but I love Molecula 1 overall. I tend to just reach for that. And I also just enjoy perfumes that have ISO Super, but aren't only that. Like I like that in there as something that leaves a nice sillage and that really like sticks around, but I don't need it to be the only thing necessarily anymore. So anyway, I have that though. And a lot of these Ellis Brooklyn, I was able to again get on Ipsy and I saved quite a bit of money that way. I've heard from you guys as well that you found Ellis Brooklyn at like discounter stores. So those are some good places to check out if you're wanting to save some money. This is Ellis Brooklyn's West. This is like a blood orange, very like citrus heavy, but there's also some spices going on. So very fresh, very clean smelling, but I feel like in a more vivacious, like vibrant way. I like this one decently. I just don't know if I'd get the full bottle. Okay, on to some more. I feel like, I don't know if we're like too zoomed in. I don't know if it's better to be more zoomed out. I don't know what I should be doing. All right, next here, this is Yogg from Lush. I absolutely love this. I would love a full-size bottle of this, but I don't think that they really make this, or if they do, it's like really limited when they come out with it. And if you try to find this on Mercari, you're gonna spend a lot of money for it. It is such a rich kind of like, yeah, eggnoggy. I get something kind of custardy, you know, kind of not cheesecakey, but you know, that kind of funk that comes from that, but in the best way. And I think it's so cool that it's in a perfume. It has a little bit of spice to it, but it's definitely very creamy. I almost get something kind of toasted coconut in here as well. Like I just love it with some cinnamon almost, or I don't know, but not too much spice because I normally wouldn't like that. Anyway, I'm obsessed with this and this thing stays on for so long. I got this in the Lush, they do a monthly subscription box. So I was so glad I got November of last year because that's how I was introduced to this and I'm obsessed. I ended up buying a few different vials that I found on Mercari, so I'm kind of stocked up for now, but so beautiful. Wish that this was more permanent and I would just have a full bottle instead of travel sizes on that. If you're looking for something similar to that, I really like the scent Macaron, the one from Keys. That one smells similar. It's not the same, but I get similar vibes for sure. This next one's from Floriku, and this is One Umbrella for Two. I got sent that perfume from Twisted Lily, and what's so cool is that they always include a 10 ml and the cap on the bottle turns into the kind of travel version, and then you can stick this vial in. It's really neat. So I have that, and again, I like to keep this potentially for travel. I have a few scents here from Lake and Sky. Again, I think all of these maybe were purchased through Ipsy. I'm telling you, sometimes they have some really great brands. I feel like Lake and Sky is a little expensive, but they do a lot of those kind of like skin scents. I believe they're a clean beauty brand as well. So I think their biggest scent is 1111, which is kind of that no perfume kind of scent. It's a nice one. It's musky. It's good overall. So I have that. And then this one is Cote du Paradis, but this one's like a roller ball. I'm actually gonna put it on. Ooh, it's a juicy roller ball. Look at that. Wow. Okay. It's like an oil. I'm smelling something kind of coconutty maybe. It's kind of hard to tell. I think it's one of those ones again that kind of develops and you get whiffs of it over time. And you know, when you want to smell it, you can. When you don't care to smell it or don't care if you smell it, that's when you're smelling it all the time. I feel like their perfumes do that. But what's so interesting is that Midnight is one of their more strong scents, and it's definitely a bit bit different and a little bit deeper and darker, I feel like, overall for the brand. This gives me like Henry Rose Dark is Night kind of vibes. Like there's a little bit of patchouli, a little bit of vanilla as well, but just a lot stronger, especially compared to what they normally do. Oh my gosh, I'm like oiled up from that. Let me figure out my life real fast. All right, we are back. Hopefully everything will be in focus. Hopefully everything before was in focus. But next, this is from Fleur. This is the scent Sandra. I don't know where, maybe from Sephora. I don't know where I got this because this is definitely from their older line. Like if you've seen Fleur now, they've completely rebranded. I think that's been really successful for them. So I think that's cool. This is very good. It's just like musky, woody to me. I want to say it's like sandalwood. That's kind of what I'm getting. But yeah, I just keep this around, kind of a remembrance of the old times. I don't even think they carried through their older scents into the new line. It's just like completely redone. This one's kind of a fun one. This is Comme Tourcade Pacifique, and it is Coco Extreme, which is like a cocoa vanilla kind of scent. Oh yeah, very coconutty. This brand is so interesting to me. There's part of me that likes it, part of me that's like, what the heck's going on? They have some fun kind of more tropical vanilla based scents, I would say overall. Like they have a banana one, which is kind of fun. They have a cocoa fig one, which I used to really love, and I have a bottle of that. It's very sweet though, and I feel like overall a lot of their scents tend to go a little too sweet and also just don't quite have the balance I'm looking for. Like I need some woods or some salt or something to like balance out how sweet it goes, but definitely for the right person, you know? Like if you like this, you like love it. This is Armani's My Way, and I thought I really liked this. It's like a bubblegummy tuberose with, I feel like, a lot of citruses. Like I get a lot of brightness from this, but on my skin, it actually turns really, really soapy. And so I really don't like it on, but I like the scent overall. And again, I guess it's like definitely is not a declutter because I don't want to declutter even that one. Like I don't love it, but I just keep that instead of samples as I get them, like little vials, and I feel good about that. So yeah. Anyway, this is Goldfield and Banks Bohemian Lime, and I thought this one was interesting. I thought I would like it more, honestly. I find this to be pretty masculine overall. Like it has a lime deodorant kind of vibe. It's a really good deodorant smell, but it definitely gives me that. So it's not one for me to wear. And when I bought this, I was hoping that, but I still keep it around. Goldfield and Banks is one I want to just explore more because I love Sunset Hour so much, and I really love Silky Woods as well. But yeah, I want to just explore more of the brand. This one is such an oldie. Daisy from Marc Jacobs, but this is like a rollerball, and I want to say this has to be from like, I don't know, 2012. It's old, but sometimes these old rollerballs I like to keep also because things get reformulated, things change over time, and obviously these, and especially a rollerball, like you're introducing like usually your skin cells and just like random shit into the vial, but it's kind of fun to keep older scents and truly the older formulations because I feel like sometimes you'll go back and smell something and it's a newer bottle and you're like, what the? This is not nearly as strong or like quite the same. Anyway, so that's Marc Jacobs Daisy. That's one of my, for sure, like scents of my life, or like that have a period in my life for sure. I have some different Nest samples here, and I think all of these I got as like gifts with purchase or point perks. Not this one, I bought this, but the other ones here, and I thought it'd be fun to talk about them even though they're not all like the travel sprays. I'm gonna zoom us in a little. Hopefully that's okay because we're getting close to the end here. This is the full-size travel size of the Golden Nectar scent from Nest, and I was really excited when this came out initially because it's like vanilla. I don't know. There were notes in here that had me excited, and it is good. It is good. It's like vanilla and sweet, but it kind of reminds me of just like a Juicy Couture kind of scent. Like I could see Juicy Couture coming out with this, honestly. in my head, that's where I relate it to. So yeah, I didn't end up picking up the full size, but I'm glad again I have this little travel. It's not a bad scent. It's just definitely not a everyday kind of scent for me. Then here we have Nest Indigo. This is Sun-Kissed Hibiscus, and then this one is Balinese Coconut, and they just get tinier and tinier as they go, don't they? Nest Indigo is one I definitely would consider a full size of. I do like this. It's like a tea scent in the vein of kind of like Thé Noir from Le Labo. I do like this. There's something a little bit dark and brooding about it without being really heavy, actually, which I think is an interesting combination. Sunkissed Hibiscus is more of that kind of coconut white floral, I want to say. Yeah, there's something very sunscreeny to this scent to me anyway. So another one, I'm not saying I wouldn't want a full bottle. It's just, I just feel like with that scent profile specifically, I don't love it enough to have it in a million different versions. Whereas like vanilla, sure, there's a million vanillas out there. Sure, a lot of them are the same, but do I want them? If I like that type, I want all of them, you know? I don't care. Anyway, and last here, this is Balinese Coconut, and I find this one to be a really nice coconut scent. It's good. This one comes in like the oil though, so you can't get this in a sprayer. And I could see myself maybe at some point having it in my collection. I feel like I've, you know, kind of slowly gravitated away from really coconut heavy fragrances. Instead, I think I like them more as a note in a fragrance that isn't the main thing. But I do think that's still a really good version of it. And I think it'd layer nicely, like put that on as an oil and then layer some perfumes on top. I think that'd be a good combo. But those are my Nest little samples and minis. What else do I have in here? Okay, Flower Bomb from Viktor and Rolf. This is old though. This is so old, you guys. Again, we have the rollerball here. It's kind of hard to get the scent off. I'm sure it's not, you know, really in the prime of its life, but I keep this one around. I remember hating this scent, and it's so funny because I definitely don't hate it as much, but I also don't know if it's gotten a little weaker over time, to be honest. But yeah, not like this scent specifically, but just like I feel like, again, I don't know, that's how I feel about Prada Candy. I remember smelling Prada Candy and being like, that is so sweet, so heavy, no way. I was always a Daisy girl, like I said, but nowadays I smell it, I'm like, where is the fragrance? Like, I don't even smell Prada Candy when I smell it at all. So anyway, that's my old ass Flower Bomb from Viktor and Rolf. This is another super old one, and I think this one has gone off, so I might get rid of this. I also did get a decant of this from Scentbird recently, so I think this one might actually go. Let me put a little on, and it's a rollerball, which, you know, maybe not. It's just so alcoholic. Oh my gosh, I got a lot of alcohol initially, but this is La Vanilla's Vanilla Perfume. If you were back in the day, this and the La Vanilla deodorant, I mean, I feel like this was just such a popular perfume. I don't hear people talk about this as a vanilla scent nearly as much as I remember just people talking about it as a scent in general back in the day, but yeah, I have that. I'll have to test that against my decant, see if it's similar or not. I have a few from House of Beau here. I have Agua de Santos and I have Lamar. These are both really beautiful. They came in a travel set from Twisted Lily, which I think is a really great value if you want to try this brand. The one I'm missing is Espiritu, and I had that in the full size, so I think I might have, you know, sent that to my mom or something like that, because I don't know where that smaller one is at the moment. But I feel like both of these are more aquatic, but one's more like fresh and then one is more that sunscreen kind of thing. So more floral that way, and one's more like musky citrus the other way. So keeping those. Next, this is Alien Goddess from Mugler. And this was a free gift with purchase or something from Sephora. Like, I did not pay for this. I didn't, you know, redeem it in the trial sample things. Like, they were just doing a promo of it, which was so awesome. I mean, if you buy this as like an actual travel vial, I believe you get the really cool looking Mugler case, but you know, to get a full 10 ml travel size, like, I can't complain. This is a really vanilla heavy coconut, like white floral, summery kind of perfume. I know this is a lot of people's favorites, and I do like that it's vanilla heavy for sure, but I don't think I like this enough to get the full size. I just love the bottle though. I think the bottle's so pretty, but not one that I particularly love. I feel like it's just hard for me in general to really truly love designer scents. I want to, and there are some I really like, but it's definitely difficult to get that like home run, I feel like. Last couple of ones here. This is Juice Box Feather Supreme. This was one I was so surprised that was available through Ipsy, and so that made me so excited to see like Juice Box there. Okay, I just literally sprayed this, and the first thing that I thought of when I smelled it was my mom's hair shop when she's doing a perm, which is not a good thing. I don't know, I just got a lot of like alcohol and then got a lot of like hair salon vibes from this, at least off the bat. I don't know what the notes are, but if I see anything juice box and I don't have that bottle and I want to smell it, I'm definitely giving it a try from Ipsy or BoxyCharm. And this is just, I want to say like a 5 ml. Yeah, it's just a 5 ml, but I felt like it was big enough to put in here. All right, I have 2 of the oils from Riddle. I didn't realize, but I had picked up one of these, I think from, again, Ipsy, I'm telling you. That, or I also used to get FabFitFun. I haven't done that in a little bit, but they also will have different perfumes over on their site, so that's another way I would definitely save and have saved money on all of these travel sizes. But I really love this. The original oil from Riddle is that like amber musky scent. It's really beautiful. I also really love the spray lotion, but they have also sent me one of the oils. So this is the one they sent me, and this is the one that I had. It's a little bit more yellowed, so it might be just a little bit older, but they're both really beautiful. I might pass one of these along though. But I also really do love it, so I don't know, we'll see. But I really do enjoy that oil from Riddle. Last 2 perfumes like this, I have one from Jo Malone, Wood Sage and Sea Salt. This is actually a little spray though. I'm not entirely sure how this came into my life, but there's a part of me that wants to say this is bad or gone off, because when I smell this, I just get vinegar. I think from the saltiness, like this fragrance to me, I don't like the way the salt is with the woods. Like I'm not a fan. At least, again, maybe this bottle's a little bit off and it's smelling a little salty and vinegary because of that. But I'm also like, it is wood sage and sea salt. So I don't know. This one's definitely interesting. Let me know if you like that one. Then from Clean Reserve, this is the scent Lush Fleur. This one's actually pretty good. It's like a floral, but it kind of is showery to me. Kind of fresh smelling, a little bit of sweetness as well. That's interesting. I want to smell that one in store next time I go. Not that I think I'd want a full bottle, but it's definitely more interesting than I thought. And then the last 3 that are in here, these are all from Summer Fridays. They came out with this rollerball set, I want to say last summer, and I was so excited. Specifically, they have one called Soft Vanilla that is so good, but unfortunately, the caps that they put on these, they flake off. Like there's this outer coating that over time, I don't even know if it's from the product stuff or what, but yeah, it's like kind of leaked. But the actual like rollerballs themselves, like the packaging is so nice. I really like it overall. And I love this vanilla. It's like sandalwood, but still really creamy and vanilla. It has that kind of custard smell to it, which I love because I love a rich vanilla. Oh my gosh, I want them to make this into a perfume so bad. I'm obsessed with this scent. It's so good. It definitely has a little bit of, I don't want to say cheesy, but it's like a funky custardiness to this vanilla, and I like it. It's good. The other 2 are good as well. This one is called Crisp Citrus. This one's almost like, maybe this one's not that good. This is like a key lime pie or, oh, little flakes. It's like citrus, but kind of like laundry detergent. I don't like that. Okay, actually, I don't like that one. Then we have this one, which is called Coconut Wave. I do think I like this one. Oh yeah. This one's like a coconut drink mixed with something kind of woody as well. I just felt like they were still also interesting. Like they weren't as safe as I was expecting them to go, considering, you know, I don't really see Summer Fridays doing scents. So I really hope that they come back with Soft Vanilla. I know they came out with a candle and I bought that too, but it didn't have good scent throw, unfortunately. So anyway, that is my collection. Let me put these back away. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video and a little peek into my travel perfume collection, or at least really truly a part of it. But thanks so much for being here. I hope it was relaxing and fun. I'd love to know any of your thoughts on these perfumes down below. Do you have any favorites in here or any hated? Let me know. Thanks so much for watching though, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.